Hello and welcome to today's Tech Tip. Today we're going to be talking about cutting CAD sections here. So I've got a part here, and you can see it goes up the Z-axis, up the length of the part. And I'm going to cut a section in here to do a nice little 2D layout of the section. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you first two things. I'm going to show you first of all how to just cut a CAD section using the CAD command, and then we're going to show you something with CheckMate and programming, how we can do something also. So first of all, this part here, the bottom of the blade is sitting around 2.5 in Z, and then the top of the blade is around 9. I'm going to cut a section around halfway up, about 5. So if I want to cut a section in there, 2D section, the command is called amsection, all one word, for Autodesk Mechanical Section. So I'm going to go and type this command in here, amsection. Okay, it prompts for select surfaces. You can box them, you can just type in the word all, which is what I'm going to do. And now it's in a loop, so it wants you to hit enter when you're done selecting all the surfaces. And then it brings this little pop-up screen, this mechanical desktop. There's a few options in here, selecting single, types, parallel, radial. There's a few different options here. I'm just going to take the default settings just to do an individual cut, a single one. So I'm just going to say OK. And what it wants me to do is it wants me to specify 2 points. If I already had a CAD line going through the section, I could just pick one in, pick the other in. I don't have that, so I'm just going to type in any XYZ data that's going to kind of represent that line. It doesn't really matter if these points go through the part or not, because I've already selected all the surfaces. So I can basically select any X and Y as long as the Z value for these 2 points are going to be at 5, which is where I want it to be. So I'm just going to type in for my first point, 0, 0, 5. And for the next point, I'll type in 0, 5, 5 for X, Y, and Z. So it creates a little line now. It instantly created the section. Now if I go in and rotate the part, okay, and we'll rotate it above and bottom, you can see it's cut a section. So what would I do with that? Well, again, the purpose of that would be is if I wanted to go into layout mode, make a nice little layout here. Let me just go and drop the CAD off on this, turn the CAD layer off. There we go. So now we've got our 2D section, and maybe I will have some measurements already created on this, so I can go in and create some labels or whiskers or all kinds of things from there. So that's creating using the CAD command to create the section. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of this section. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm actually going to create some measurements on here also. So, for example, I might want to, well, we use the Autosection command. I'm just going to go and do a hot plus box because our surfaces and or solids need to be on the hot list in order to do an Autosection. And again, you need to have the measuring module on here, the programming module. So I'm going to go down to Autosection. And most people just use the basic command, Autosection. This one here that says keep the CAD section. So if I select that, and of course you can do 3 ticks. The first 2 kind of define the section cut, and the third tick is going up the part, the direction of you would be doing multiple cuts. So now we'll just hit enter, and I'm going to type in some exact information. I'm going to keep it at Z. The direction we need at Z because it's multiple Z cuts of the part. And I'm just going to start it on, just to show how you can do multiple. I'm going to start it on 3, and I'm going to end it on 8. And we'll leave a section step of 1. And let's just make those points about 0.4. That's a good Yes. And we'll use these 3D scans. So I'm just going to go in and hit execute. Now what it did is it's all finished. Let's just take everything off the hot list. We'll rotate the part. And of course you can see we've got some measurements now on this. And you can see we have those white CAD sections also. So we kind of killed two birds with one stone. So now, of course, we can go in and put these on whatever layers we want to put them on. For example, I'm going to just make this real simple. I'm just going to blow away all these other ones, but we could just hide all of those. So now if I go, you could go to your layout and you can see we've got a cross section and we've got all these measurements. Kind of hard to see because they're yellow, but we can go in and measure these and label these or create whiskers. So that's the CheckMate way of doing it. You're creating measurements and cutting a section at the same time. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.